Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green Australian-shaped globe of ours. Welcome. I know a girl from Australia shaped just like that. I hope the RV happens so I can fly her out here and we can have some.
So do I.
We can have some fun and we can
So do
decide
I.
if there's any future there.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barra in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is a Monday morning news and Jentel show. Joined, as I always am, on Mondays by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, Jennifer Fallah-Doring in Hayden, Idaho. Jen, nice to have you here today. I will not ask how your weekend went. Batman Chris Iverson, a great stroke can land you in the heart of the green when you attack the pin. Chris, I have no fucking idea what that means, but thanks for the input. What? What's he? Are we talking about golf, sex, or bowling? I can't figure that out, Chris. Thanks for being here. Thanks for Ron Davidoff. Chris and Ron are both mods. We appreciate both of you guys. And also Robert Zem, who's not here all the time anymore, but it's great to have you here. Okay. We got Jen for a little over an hour today. She has a reading coming up. We're ready. I think everybody's ready for something to go on. On the news side of things, I got nothing. All I have is, once again, the bondholder guy that I'm watching supposed to have a phone call last night. It did not happen. He's supposed to have one today. Hopefully it does happen. Hopefully there's information in there. If I know his phone calls, the information will probably be it's tomorrow or it's Wednesday or something. But anyway, that's all I got. I got nothing on any of that other side stuff. You can watch Mark Z and his podcast for the latest news and rumors. We're just kind of in a thing here now where it's more absurd that it's not happening than it is happening. However, we're in a week which is potentially shaping up to be a big news week. There are people in the conventional media saying Joe Biden will not make it past Friday. Remember, Jentel, Biden leaves early, and that could mean a whole bunch of things. Leaves the White House early, leaves the campaign early, leaves the planet Earth early. I don't know what any of it means, but there are people saying there's going to be some big high-level meetings today. You're going to see the Democrats eat own. They're going to turn and attack him today like sharks. There's blood in the water. They're going to go after him because they think the only way they can beat Trump. Now, let's be honest. They know they can't beat Donald Trump. They didn't beat him in 2018. They didn't beat him in 2020, and they didn't beat him in 2022. It was all massive voter fraud. Ooh, that's going to get me demonetized on YouTube, except I'm not monetized, so fuck YouTube, okay? They know they can't win. What they're trying to do is create a candidate where they can gin up fake polls to convince you when they cheat again in November that Gavin Newsom or Kamala Harris or whoever it is actually won. That's what the game plan is now. We shall see what happens. We shall see if Donald Trump has any counter to this. In fact, that might be a good crosstalk question, Jen, after you get done with the Jentel. We'll ask you a little bit about, does Donald Trump have a plan to deal with the voter fraud stuff? So anyway, I have no idea what Jen's got in her Jentel today. I know it's not a whole lot because, let's face it, we're at the end. We're at the end. We're on the 1 yard line, and there's time for one, maybe two more plays. So what are we going to do? Are we going to hand the ball to beast mode, or are we going to throw the ball into the teeth of the defense to the sixth wide receiver on our roster, who's also the gunner of us on our special teams, and give the Super Bowl to the Patriots like Pete Carroll did? I don't know. But Jen, if you have any Jentel, why don't we go for it and let's find out?
Okay. Well, we all have to remember that we all expect things to happen on holiday weekends. We all expect specific dates on the weekend, basically. And what we're working with here is bankers' hours. Okay, I think that's what's going on.
Yeah.
So, Interdimensional Meditation by Jennifer Faladori for July 8th, 2024. Not a whole lot, but I went in with all of my might, right? And I went in there, talked to Archangel Michael. And I said, RV News, what's going on? And I asked about the bondholders. He said bondholders will receive funds today through Wednesday. And I said, what about notifications for Tier 4B? I was specific about my questions today. He said, notifications Wednesday is the plan as of this moment in time. Okay? It appears that there may have been a whole lot of online hacking, interference, all kinds of stuff going on with the banking systems or online platforms, whatever, over the weekend. I got it too. Been a big hassle. I said, were there delays? And what he said is interesting and not something I heard before. So this is what he said. He said, there is a key to process transactions. The key holder was away this weekend. I said, so this is still progressing? And he said, yes. Some word of progress overseas today. Very little information on progress will leak. That's what we're suffering from emotionally right now, is that we're not getting the information. In the political news, or in the news this week, I heard these things. Didn't really see anything. I just heard from him. I heard stay of execution. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're expecting a certain somebody to pass or kill off a character and they push that off a little bit. I don't know. And then I heard contract will be revealed concerning Biden. Kind of feel like that is from another country, something that had to do, something not in our country. We'll have to see how that plays out. Then I heard information warfare. So maybe they have decided not to take him out so fast and let some more information flood to back that up so that maybe the vice can't step in. We'll see. Talks of political transition this week. Lots of talks of political transition. Biden leaves next week. We also have some more strong storms in the Atlantic will come ashore. So everybody needs to keep watching the storms. As far as I know, we're still on track. It's still happening. I put out a timeline for possible notifications. I believe it was over from last Friday or Thursday until today. Then I had making appointments or having appointments like the rest of this week. So I could have been off on that. That could have been sometime this week. It could be the 9th. It could be, but today I'm getting a lot of information about Wednesday. And I said, well, what if Wednesday comes? And it didn't happen. And he said, then it's Thursday. And I'm like, okay, all right, let's do that. That's all I got.
That's all I got. That's all I got. I love it when you get to the. That's all I got. That's it. All right. When you said stay of execution, I immediately went to, oh well, Biden isn't going to go this week then, because that's what the rumor in the news is. Biden will be gone by Friday. Now then you're like, well, Biden's gone next week. The Biden character is gone next week, and I'm like, well, that doesn't fit. Except, what is a stay of execution? It is not a. It is a temporary thing. A stay of execution means, okay, he was scheduled to be executed on Friday. we're going to stay that until next Tuesday, pending this appeal or that appeal. That's how it works. So a stay of execution does not mean you're off or you're going to stay in office. It just means it's put off for a while. It's like discharging a bankruptcy. Okay, your debts are not forgiven; they're simply put off. You don't have to pay them for 70 years, on the assumption that you'll be dead before they come up again. So these are important things to know, what words mean. So let's ask them, is that what they meant when they said stay of execution? Was it referring to Biden? Is it merely a delay?
I cannot say who. That's interesting. I can't really say who it's about, but he said yes, delay.
You said
with
yes
that
to
part of it.
To which part? Yes, to which part of it?
I cannot say who that is about. He gave me what he could. I'm talking to Michael, Archangel Michael. But yes, he said delay.
You're a stud, Mike. I'm named after you. And I'm a stud, so you must be.
I'm starting to think, because it's so hard for me to see how this is going to play out. Either they're figuring it out as they go, or there's a reason why I'm not supposed to tell anybody how this is supposed to go.
Yeah.
Because when I look at it, it just looks like a lot of things happening at once, but I can't really pinpoint and pick it apart to see what it is. So there's a reason for that.
Okay. There was another piece in there that I thought was interesting. What was it? Oh yeah. I asked you last week, I think off the air. Come on, Jen. When am I exchanging? When am I exchanging? And you said, "Oh, I don't want to do it." And I twisted your arm and I slapped you. I gave you a bitch slap to wake you up. And I was really mean to you and twisted your arm and made you tell me. And you told me the 12th. So if, in fact, we get notifications on Wednesday the 10th, that makes perfect sense. So that timeline fits. So I'm happy.
And I probably would be more accurate giving someone else information than getting my own date.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's hard to get information on yourself.
Right. When you're personally involved, it's just much harder. So that all fits. I guess we will watch.
All right, Chris.
Watch for Wednesday. What's Chris doing?
Chris knows something. Chris knows something.
What did I say?
Well, if I can't, I'll look later. Okay, Chris knows something.
Chris, what?
He gave us a coded message.
Ah.
And it wasn't about golf.
I don't decodes. I don't do decodes. Yeah, stroke or heart attack, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so let's go to what's in the news. The news that I don't think you predicted. I don't have the Jentel in front of me. I don't have last week's Jentel.
I do.
Or last week's in the news. But was there anything about a medical thing for Joe Biden?
I think the Biden stuff was Biden leaves early.
Biden leaves early. Yeah.
Let's go over the in the news this week. All right. Last week we had Wall Street falls. Yet to happen. Trade with foreign markets was discussed in WTO in the news. I said, I see fire on the ground as if something blew up and papers burning. Biden fired is what I got last week.
Right. Okay. So
this could be information that may take more than a week to happen. And then I saw stacks of paperwork, contracts.
Yeah.
This was Monday of last week. Contracts ending, and it sounded like a push for unionization. Troops on the ground in the USA yet to happen. Inflation numbers revealed. Push for change globally. Rising seas faults. Hunter Biden connections. Earthquake Pacific Rim. So there's quite a few things that have yet to happen. I'd say keep an eye out still for those things.
Okay, so the big thing that happened this week is Laura Loomer reported that Biden had a medical incident on board Air Force One. And there was a medical emergency. Everybody freaked out. They treated him on the plane, and then he walked off normally. Now, I questioned the video of him walking off the airplane. Um, I don't know if it's real. It was, they said, well, Biden always uses the lower stairs on Air Force One. Well, Air Force One is traditionally the 747, one of the 747s. They have lower cargo deck stairs that he uses because he always stumbles and falls on his face when he uses the big stairs, the big boy stairs. But he came out the top. Well, the thing is, he flew the 757. The 757 is technically Air Force Two, but it becomes Air Force One when Biden is on, when the sitting president is on board, because Biden is not the president. So I think he descended from the upper stairs on the 757 when he went to Delaware, because usually when he goes from Washington to Delaware, he takes the 757 because it's just a lot more convenient and it's a smaller airport and so on and so forth. So reports then came out that what he experienced was a Parkinson's disease related hallucination. He started having hallucinations. They had to isolate him. We do know for a fact they did not allow the press to ride on the plane with him, which they said they were going to do. They canceled that last minute. We also know that his doctors met with experts on Parkinson's disease last couple of days. People who are leading in their field in Parkinson's. So, what I want to ask is, was there really a medical incident on board the plane on, what was it, Friday or Saturday? I think it was Friday. Oh, he also subsequently canceled 2 other campaign trips, money-raising trips. So donors are abandoning him and nobody wants to come to his things. Anyway, did something medical happen? Well, it's a 2-part question, because you remember what we discussed the other night. Does Joe Biden know he's not Joe Biden? Does the fake Joe Biden?
Okay, so here's where we're at. It gets confusing because when you asked me if Joe Biden had a medical incident, no, he's passed.
He's dead.
The actor, and it sounds way out there, but we're all there. The actor that is playing him is from a pool of highly trained, by like the military, not by highly trained crisis actors or actors. This is not somebody they pulled out from Hollywood. Okay. What they're doing right now. So this individual, I believe, was brought in by the left.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, so he works for the left, but really works for the right. So double agent. So the right tells him to act like feeble and an idiot and all these things. And the left so this sort of gets confusing. So the left is setting the scene for his removal because their actor is acting as though he's having medical problems. So I don't know if the scene was real for them and his staff. For some reason, I can't see what's going on in the plane. When I look into the plane, all I see are a bunch of people sitting around a conference table. And so for some reason, I'm not getting all the information on this, but they are, in a nutshell, they're setting the scene up for his removal. They want to get somebody else in there. And real, bait and switch, they want to do this switch really fast. But then at the same time, we have information coming out in all directions about him and his dealings and his connections and the people connected to him and everything else. So that's really want to keep an eye out for that kind of information this week. So that when he is taken out, it's not just him, it's the administration, and it's not just because of health reasons. It's because of a lot of other reasons. So yes, his camp is attacking him and his character. Yes, the right is attacking him. And then the actor will take off the mask and ride off into the sunset and get his payment from who, I don't know, maybe both sides. I have no idea. And that's what I think's going on. But very hard to pull out specific information on this.
Okay, so accepting that reality, let's try to push the envelope just a little bit with Michael. If information comes out about Biden and he's impeached for corruption and Kamala Harris is involved in it, then they could both be removed under a very rapid impeachment process, right? They could both be gone. And then we don't have the whole, well, what do we do when Kamala Harris becomes president for 15
Who steps in after her? Who's next in line?
The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
I just heard 4 removed. Or 4 get out of the way. So who's in line after him?
The President pro tempore of the Senate, who right now is a Democrat. So if a Democrat, even one, changed sides to caucus with the Republicans, President pro tempore would be Charles S. Grassley of Iowa.
And that we need 4 out? That's what he gave me.
President, Vice President.
All right, he gave me that much. Okay, we got 4 that are going to go out, and we're going to get to Grassley. That's what I always saw. That would totally make my year. Okay.
Line,
side note, God, that would make my year.
But you have to have a Democrat change parties. Now, it's important to understand Joe Manchin already went independent, said he's independent a couple of months ago. He's not necessarily going to vote Democrat.
He said 4.
So he would be 4th in line. Right now, it's some other Patty Murray or something.
Oh, so we got 4 people that need to leave to get to Grassley.
Right. Or step aside in some way.
This is going to be fun.
Retro.
Let's do that.
All right. 1,000 people in the live stream today. Thank you for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please do not forget that these videos get taken down off of Mike Barrett 2. Well, not Mike Barrett 2. Mike Barrett 3 and Mike Barrett 333 almost as soon as the show is completed. But you can always pick up the show over at mikebara.blogspot.com, where you can pick up, lots of cool stuff, the show, the videos that we do, videos of me giving my Ancient Aliens and JFK lecture, my books, articles I've written. Nobody writes articles anymore. I just do videos. My interview with Marina Sarin, I got to get the second one up there. Lots of interest. Well, there's the second one right there. Marina Sarin interview part 2. People in the UFO community, and the shows, Toxically Masculine Tuesday and the Mike and Jen shows. And occasionally I can get Jen's shows over there. So MikeBarrett.blogspot.com to keep up with everything. Also, please do not forget to visit our absolutely wonderful sponsors over at the CBD Gurus at thecbdgurus.com, where they create all kinds of CBD products for your health, including if you slide over to the Might Be Wholesale tab, go to wholesale, slide down to Might Be Wholesale, type in the discount code. What's the discount code, Jen?
ALIEN.
ALIEN, alien. Type that in and enter, and you pick up this week's special. Matt over there at the CBD Gurus is giving away some Boulevard, 10 million orders over 25 or 50, 20 million over 100, any order over 150, 50 million Boulevard total. So he's giving away free currency. And you have all kinds of new products that are on sale. The Turkey Tail Coriola's First Color mushroom-based CBD stuff. You're going to hear a lot about that over at Mike Barrett Pets in a second. The sleep gummies, the seltzer water, all sorts of wonderful products. Simply talk to Evan or Lucas on there. Either call them up or send them an email and they will tell you, hey, whatever health problem you might be having, they will get you on the right product. Also, please do not forget to visit MikeBarraPets.com if you want to pick up some really cool mushroom-based supplements and health products for your cats, for your dogs, for your horses, and yes, even yourself. Click on the Shop Now button, slide on over there, and you can see all kinds of cool products they have for dogs and cats. They have the super sauce for kitties and for doggies. They have the mush puppies and mush puppies plus for the dogs, the mojos. I've got Barkley on mush puppies and mojos. They have the mush ponies. I'm going to get some mush ponies next time I take Barkley up to Mount Charleston, where it's about 30 degrees cooler than it is down here. I'm going to bring some mush ponies because there's horses wandering around up there. It's really cute. Also, you can pick up the human-based capsules and pills, the Inforce Coriolis versicolor, which is a mushroom, the reishi mushroom-based Inforce Plus, the Inforce Clarity, the Raspberry Rainforest Gummies, which are just a general mushroom supplement, and the Inforce Restore for your pancreas, your liver, all your other internal organs. They got coffee, they got chocolates, they have starter packs, they have all kinds of cool stuff over there. Diana is a certified pet nutritionist, so simply send her an email at mikebarrapets@gmail.com, and she can talk to you about your cats, your dogs, your horses, or yourself, and get you on the right product. And Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfalah.com?
Well, absolutely nothing is going on over at jenniferfalah.com because some organized crime ring hacked my PayPal account and drained my bank account, and now everything's in freaking limbo and frozen, and everything is like, you ever feel like you're standing in the middle of the house, you have a period of time where everything's on fire and you're standing there with the fire hose? That's where I'm at right now. So nobody can send me any money through my website or through PayPal. So I am working with Zelle. I believe you have to add me as a contact on Zelle.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get a reading with me, you're going to have to email me at jmfalah@gmail.com, and we'll have to try and figure that out. I can use Venmo. Nope, I don't even know if I can use Venmo, but I'm setting up Square. And so this GoDaddy website always wants to use PayPal. And I'm not even sure. I got to get into the website. I got to do all this crap. I'm pretty stressed out. Okay. So I've handed it over to God. All right. Because mama still needs to make a living. And somebody attacked me seriously. And thank you to Ron and everybody else who is being helpful with that. So I don't freaking know what's going on right now, Jennifer.
Okay. Well, we'll just drop that.
Shitty weekend. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, shitty weekend. The email for Diana is mikebarrapet@gmail.com. Okay, I just thought I'd put that out there. Okay. So question time. Questions for Jen must include your real name and the name of the person or pet you are asking about. We start over on the Rumble side of the house because anybody who subscribes to Real News Live with Mike and Jen, our channel over on Rumble, gets to go first. Actually, Jen, I should pop up Rumble. And once again, show everyone. I'm never prepared. Why am I so sloppily unprepared? My channel's Real News Live with Mike and Jen. Okay, let's share this tab. Get on over to Real News Live with Mike and Jen. That is the channel where you can pick up all of the shows. Now, because of the bizarre way that Rumble works, what we've had to do is previously I thought we had a channel. I thought we had a channel called Real News Live. It turns out, no, that was just an account named Real News Live. And Rumble doesn't consider that to be a channel that's doing business that they can promote. So thank you to Mark Zerfos and Zester. Mark Z and Zester for getting me figured out that we have to have a channel. So we created Real News Live with Mike and Jen. That's the channel. We had about 4,500 subscribers over on Real News Live. Now we need you to come over to Real News Live with Mike and Jen and follow us over there. And once you follow, you can then also subscribe to the channel for a pittance, a mere pittance of $5 a month. and get your questions answered first. So that's where we're going to go right now. Why is it not happening? Okay, there it is. All right. So we're going to slide on over there, and we are going to start asking the questions from the top for the people with the little red castles, meaning they're a $5 a month subscriber. That's what we're saying. You get to go first, guaranteed, pretty much guaranteed to get your questions answered. Okay. Gary, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, "Good morning, Mike and Jen. Jen, can you see if the house we rented in Corpus Christi, Texas, is okay after Hurricane Beryl? Thank you and God bless." There was a hurricane this week. Gary wants to know if his house in Corpus Christi that he rented is okay.
Minor damage.
Minor damage. Dodged a bullet on that one, Gary. Cool Raul, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Good morning, Mike and Jennifer. It's Raul with a question for today. My daughter Jade has not heard back from the job she got hired for on the drug test results. Should she worry about that?
No. It's because of the holidays and everything that we went through. Just wait.
Just because it's your priority doesn't mean.
Probably like Tuesday or something.
Yeah. Lisa, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, "Hi, Mike and Jen. Can you please tell my son the name of his angel and spirit guide if possible? Please." His name is Ethan, and he is 11. Ethan. Lisa's,
What's the parent's name again?
Lisa.
Okay. There might be some kind of inside connection with this, but I'm just hearing Rod. So clearly, the angel has selected a name, but I think there's some kind of reason for that name.
Rod Serling, maybe. Maybe it's Rod Serling from the Twilight Zone. Dave and I were discussing the other day. Is Rod Serling the greatest writer of all time? I think so, yeah. JK McLennan is now a monthly supporter. Little Red Castle, $5 a month. JK, I know some of you guys are having to resubscribe because you were subscribed to the account, not to the channel. Okay, Sunny, who is Sunny 2660, Chris Loeb, Loeb, wants to know, will I be buying a condo in Orange Beach, Alabama? No time frame given. Chris Loeb, Orange Beach, Alabama, condo.
No change of plans.
No change plans. Okay. Diane, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Hi, Diane here. Was married for 26 years, divorced for 13 years. My boyfriend has never been married, and we have dated for 11 years. We are both 60. Do you see us ever living together? Ooh, it's a big question.
Yeah, but years down the road, yeah.
Years down the road.
Yeah.
Carissa, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Addie wanted me to ask you, this is Carissa, Addie wanted me to ask you, when do you see us bringing home the Australian Shepherd? And will her dad jump on board with the Australian Shepherd?
It looks like a matter of weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks. And I know to Addie, that's like a lifetime, but
yeah.
Yeah, dad caves.
Australian Shepherds are such great dogs. That's what Barkley is. He's a mini, but man, he's a handful. Lucy XOXO, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, "Hi, Jen. My daughter, Jackie, Jakki, is getting laid off from her job in 2 weeks. Do you see her being okay financially and getting another job shortly?"
I feel like she's out for like a month of work. She'll be fine.
All right. Annette Bowden, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, "Can you tell me how long my granddaughter Taylor will be without power in Spring, Texas, and will her car be spared damage?" How long will Taylor?
Like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. Jesus, the power went out here on Saturday night.
Not good in the desert.
Not when it's 110. Yeah, and Jim and Regina Mitchell took us in. Thank God.
That's nice.
For a couple hours anyway. Diana, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber says, "Good morning, Mike and Jen. This is Diana. Do you see a relationship with Michael in Idaho, blooming or not?"
I do see a relationship starting now. I can't tell you how long it's going to last, but at this point in time, yeah, there's possibility there.
Hey, there's John D'Souza, the X-Man. John,
Hi, John.
John, we love you. God bless you, Mike and Jen. You guys do awesome work. Hope Las Vegas continues to work out well for you, Mike. It'll work out a lot better in September when it gets under 95. John, I tell you, when this RV thing happens, I got to find a summer place where it's cooler on the California coast or something. Susan Gretz says maybe something bigger is happening than we know about behind the scenes. I think that's what Jen implied in her Jentel. Okay, Susan, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber says, "Does it look like I will be getting those 2 lake properties I've got my eye on in northern Idaho above Coeur d'Alene, north of Coeur d'Alene?"
Is it on Pend Oreille? Maybe we'll be neighbors someday. Like Pend Oreille. That's my favorite place in the world. What was the name again?
Susan. 2 lake properties got our eye on in northern Idaho above Coeur d'Alene.
Strong possibility for one of them.
Yeah.
The other one might not be available when you're ready.
Let me just tell you, Lake Coeur d'Alene is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Hey, Frederica, $5 Rumble Rant. Thank you, Frederica. Hey, Jen, it's Frederica. Do you see the house on my phone screensaver being ours or any properties, including one for my project? It's a good idea to manifest. Make it your screensaver.
I do think there's a strong possibility for the one on the screensaver if they stick to the plan. I mean,
yeah.
So let's get to other personal questions, maybe not so many. Hey, will I get this house and all that, and when? Excuse me.
Hi, Jen. This is Kathy, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. My daughter is relocating near her dad and I. Do you see them renting or purchasing a home when they get here? Kathy would like to know. It would help if we had your daughter's name. Kathy Clem.
I do see them getting there. I do see a house purchase.
Okay, Jackie, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. My family and I are leaving for our annual camping trip on Wednesday, 7/17, and coming home on 7/24. Do you see us going, and is there anything we should watch out for? Thank you.
Yeah, you'll go. Just keep an eye on the weather.
Lisa would like to know if Nigel Farage is an impersonator, or is he the real Nigel Farage in England?
He's the real one.
Okay. Janet, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. How far will I have to travel for my redemption?
15 to 16 miles.
Far at all. Rob Clark, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Can you see what's causing my wife, Nicole, to have breathing issues?
What was his name first?
Rob Clark. What's causing his wife, Nicole, to have breathing issues?
She's got a lot of inflammation down in there. She should really have that. She should be seen. It almost looks like asthma. But it's not fluid, it's inflammation. Yeah, you might want to find out why that's happening.
Hi, Jen. This is Holly. Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Will my stepson Austin ever recover from his drug addiction? He started in high school and he is now 30. Will Austin?
He will recover. Probably got to, he's now 30. Well, he probably got some ups and downs with that for the next 10 years. But by the time he's 40 or 42, it's in the past. He's a recovered.
Christine, Little Red Castle, or no, sorry, Little Yellow Rumble Rant for $5. Hey guys, it's Christine. Do you see me getting a house near my kid's school in the next month?
Christine who?
Just Christine. McCall. Looks like McCall.
You see me get in a house near my kids this month?
Yeah, in the next month.
In the next month.
Kind of a sneaky way of asking if there's an RV.
Well, you kind of relax on the timeline and hold off a little bit, but you do end up doing something like that, yeah.
Cool. Megan Angus, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Hi, Mike and Jen. Jen, I'm looking at 12 acres near my son. Do you see me being able to buy it? Megan Angus, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber.
There's a problem with that property. I don't think that one happens.
Pay the Joe is now a monthly supporter, $5 a month. Thank you, Pay the Joe. Got your Little Red Castle.
Thank you.
Ready. Jen, are you ready for this? Dave, aka Pork Chop, Super Dave, a $500 rumble.
Oh, Dave, you don't have to do that.
But thank you.
That's really nice. Thank you, Dave.
And he says, making this rant in honor of my dad who passed away a week and a half ago. Rest in peace.
Really oh my God, what a good person. I'm so sorry, Dave.
Sorry to hear that. And we really appreciate it.
You're such a good person.
Dave is above and Dave gets front row seats at the celebration party in Vegas. So Annette, Little Red Castle would like to know if Taylor will have her car for transportation then. I'm kind of expanding on the question from earlier.
She will have transportation, yeah.
Okay. General question. Can your deceased sibling or parent be your guardian angel?
No. They do, as a loving spirit, submit on your behalf, call in angels, send you guidance and help and everything else. But your guardian angel is appointed to you or volunteers to do so. You've got a guardian angel to make sure that you live to achieve your
soul purpose.
Goals and the path that you wrote out for yourself. The guide guides you along the way because they have the script. And so these two, your divinely appointed guide and your divinely appointed angel, are with you from birth until death. Others do come in and out when needed. Can be called upon by your guide or your primary angel, but and a lot of people will have like 4 angels and 3 guides and things like that, at certain times in your life. You'll have others who step in, and you may have asked them to do so to help you with whatever situation it is. So you're never alone.
Tim Barfield, Jen, should I buy a house or just be patient for the RV? Mike, you're awesome too. Tim, I'll tell you what I did. I went ahead and just bought a house, moved to Vegas, packed up everything, got out of Seattle. Best move I ever made. And I choose to operate as if it's never going to happen. That's how I think you should live your life. But that's just my advice. I don't know if Jen has any more advice.
Well, I don't think that we should go that far and say and have it in your intent that you're going to experience that it's never going to happen. I think that you should, just like I've always said, business as usual until it's not. We live in this structure, this system, with what we have right now. If you can do it right now, do it right now, with the hope that one day things will change. Okay? But we don't make plans and we don't make deals and we don't do anything with money we don't have yet.
This is a good question. This is Vicky would like. Can you tell me my granddaughter's spirit guide and angel's name? Her name is Tierney. So Vicky's granddaughter Tierney wants to know her spirit guide or angel's name.
Okay, that's what I'm
Um,
going to do on that because I'm really not like that, have that kind of clarity to keep doing these on the
okay.
end today.
Well, she's asking because her granddaughter knows the name of an angel, and the mom wants to know if it's this grandmother wants to know if it's the same. Anna Marie. Okay, Anna Marie name Mia and Anna Marie. Okay, Mia wants to know if she will get the house with the numbers 45.
No.
Okay.
What was the other person who wanted the name? I said I would do that, but the last one on the angels and spirit guide name.
Vicky and her granddaughter Tierney's
Jessica.
Jessica.
That's
Okay.
either a guide or an angel, but that I just heard that name.
That's the name she got. Okay. Carrie and Laura want to know if you see them buying a home in Jacksonville or Milwaukee.
Greater chance for Jacksonville.
And again, Dave, thank you. Pork chop. We love you, man.
We hope we can get it out of there, Dave.
Judy, hopefully
because
not
it's my account that it goes in, and I split it with him.
Yeah, Judy, hopefully not my ex-wife, wants to know: Will we have to spend another winter in this house?
I feel like you own the house for a while, but I don't feel like you're there all the time. Okay, so I don't. There may be a possibility that you are in that house at certain times during winters over the next 3 years. So I don't think you get rid of it right away.
Okay. Ray would like to know if he will ever move back to North Carolina.
Yeah, but not for a while.
Elaine would like to know if you see her getting a house in Glenbrook, Nevada on Lake Tahoe.
No, you change your plans. There's something else you want more.
Jennifer Pittman would like to know if her husband Shane can get some relief from his hip pain soon, and what route do we need to take?
I can't tell you what to take or what to do with that, but I take a look and see if you find an answer. You do, and it's in form of an injection.
Jen's prediction for earthquakes was correct. Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, there were a bunch of earthquakes. Yeah.
Okay, so I was like totally traumatized and self-involved this weekend with what was going on with me, so I have no idea what happened. I have no idea. I was in and out on those. So we had earthquakes. Where?
Around the Pacific Rim. Yeah, a bunch of them. Yeah.
Right on. That helps me out with the other information. Good.
We can't do we're gonna back off the guardian angel names for the rest of the show because Jen's having a hard time connecting today. Okay. Tammy would like to know if she's still going to be going to Sedona for spiritual training in the month of July.
Oh yeah. I want to go. That seems kind of hot though in July, but
a lot of aliens around Sedona.
I think that's going to be fun.
Sedona's at a higher altitude, so it's cooler.
Yeah, I always wanted to do, and I've never got to do because of where I live. There's not a lot of opportunity for it. Is go to the big spiritual conventions. I would love to do that.
Yeah. More house questions. Gretchen would like to know if she'll be buying a beach house in Pompano Street near Rosemary Beach. Pompano Street near Rosemary Beach, Florida. Gretchen.
It's not that one.
Cecilia wants to know, will I purchase a home in North Carolina with the house number 641?
You guys, is there any other questions about like your dogs, your family, your kids, anything? You guys are just sitting there on Zillow dreaming about houses and asking me if you're going to get it.
Yeah. We'll go back.
I do the same thing, but you know what? I mean, come on. Is there anything important anybody needs?
Laura Yoder, Jen, my daughter Grace is really struggling with depression issues. If she gets
Right.
a doctor's appointment this week, will they be able to help her?
It's really a counselor that helps her. What they're going to suggest that she takes, you're not going to like. And what she's got going on is she's got like this. It's almost like OCD, but not really. It's like she's just got this overachievement, and I'm a failure if I don't meet unrealistic expectations thing going on, and it causes her a lot of internal stress. So she just really needs counseling, and maybe some CBD products. I mean, I think maybe that would be better, but I can't tell you what to take.
That is a great idea.
You need to tell her.
Get over to the CBD gurus, call the CBD gurus and talk to them because they've got products for all kinds of stuff. Try it.
She's got this overachiever. I need to please everybody. I need to be there right now. I need to make everything happen right now. And she needs to slow it down. And you need to tell her it's okay to do that. I need to slow it down. Kids, it takes time to build a life. And that time that you take to build that life is as important as the destination. It builds who you are with your character, with your career, with your knowledge. You don't have to be there right now. You just have to take one step forward each day. And one day you'll turn around and you'll say, look how far I've come. Okay? And people who fail you aren't supposed to be there with you. You're supposed to learn something from that. Just tell her she's doing okay.
Okay. All right. Silver Slayer for Jen. Things are heating up in Wisconsin. Please have a Jentel look. Yeah, they're going to try to reimpose.
Oh, that's right. Remember what was that all about? Was
drop boxes. Yeah, the liberals took over the Supreme Court and overturned the decision made by the previous Supreme Court that drop boxes were illegal.
Oh,
so now they're going to cheat.
It was Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Michigan?
Yeah. Michigan, yeah.
And Georgia somewhere in there. That's really disappointing that never. But remember the 5-year thing? When will we find out the true results of the 2020 election? Gabriel said 5 years.
This is the 5 years, isn't it? Isn't this the 5th year or something? I mean, we're getting close to it.
Next year.
Jen, the munitions plant mysteriously blew up last Wednesday. Maybe that's what you predicted. Said the explosions.
That might be the one when I heard or saw bottle rockets. I heard bottle rockets.
Yeah. Or you were just seeing the fireworks. It could be that too, right? Lori wants to know, Jen, will the company my daughter Grace had an interview with last Monday offer her the job?
Hang on a minute. I got to text somebody something. Will he offer her the job? I think there's going to be a second interview first.
Rick Norman wants to know if the mass shooting in Florence, Kentucky over the weekend was a false flag setup.
I didn't know anything about that. The individual was set out to do that. They were sent. That's all I can say.
Minions.
They were sent to do that.
I will tell you two things. I took my concealed carry weapons permit class last week and spoke to members of the Las Vegas Police Department. And I will tell you two things. Mandalay Bay shooting, there was more than one shooter, and there is a reason why. The body cam footage from the Las Vegas alien incident was never seen, and it has been destroyed, and it never will be seen. Something weird happened in Vegas. Jen told you that. Yes, there was something weird in that backyard. So, two things, which are kind of interesting. Jenna Robinson says, Jen, what's being done to clean up the food chain? And is there any segment that is safe?
That's going to really happen later on. Once we get past, excuse me, I didn't take my allergy pill. Once we get past the financial and the political transmissions, they're going to start taking a look at every part of our lives in our society and cleaning things up. So there has been some cleanup done already, but they'll be hyper focused on that at a different point in time.
Susie wants to know, will my daughter Dana get the red room option in New York City, or will she have to stay in a smaller room and be the first in line person to move into the red room? That means, but red. Okay. Okay. Marbell wants to know, how do you see my business for the last half of 2024, or would I be happier getting one of the jobs I applied for? This is Maria.
I can't make your decision for you, but what I can tell you is the last half of 2024 slim with the expectations for that with the business. So whatever you have to do to make it through, do it.
Anna wants to know, will she get an early med bed appointment? She's in a lot of pain. Hope so.
You get a pass for you and 4 others.
There you go.
I didn't think they'd give that many out, but yeah.
Hi, Jen. This is Denise. My son Elijah is very depressed and very unhappy. What do you see is bothering him?
Life and disappointments, people failing him, heartache, money. Basically the same reason what everything everybody else is dealing with, but he's just hasn't lived long enough to know that we go through periods like this.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta get going.
Okay. Let me see if there's any pet questions.
Like I gotta get going. Like I have a call in 6 minutes.
Susan says spiritual conventions are fun. Cool. We'll start putting some of those on. I'm gonna start a company called UFO Expo.
Oh no, it's at 11:30. Okay.
Oh, do you have more time?
A little bit.
Okay. Let's go back up then. Jenna wants to know if her 88-year-old mom Carol is going to make it through the RV and the med bed to a med bed? It's kind of a tough question.
I can't tell you when your mom's going to die. Okay, only God knows the day. That's not really fair to put me in that position, but see where she's at now. Carol. Oh, she's got some time. Yeah, we got some time. I get like I don't know if it's a life force energy thing, the strength of the vehicle, or an estimation at how much time they've got left. I can get that, but I can't. It's limited.
I want a med bed appointment, so among other things, I can get my gallbladder back. John says Wolverine has been silent. Is he now under an NDA? I don't think he's under an NDA, not as far as I know. Jen, what say you?
That's his personal business. I really can't. If he's silent, we're going to respect that silence.
Jen, can you ask my guardian angel? Freddie wants to know if his soul's health as it relates to Savior and heaven's acceptance.
Don't worry about that. You're loved, and when you're ready, you'll be greeted, and they'll walk you home. Okay? Just, it's good that you're focused on that. I know there's been some mistakes in the past, but you've repented for that. You've asked for, move forward. Be who you, be that light in the world. Be love, and you can't go wrong.
Andy, here, my brother-in-law Andrew has been sick for over a month. Is he back on drugs or in withdrawals? Will he finally stay clean?
It is withdrawals.
Good. Well, that's actually good if it's withdrawals.
It's trying.
It's good. Maria Pinto says, Jen, last week my husband was told by his contracting company he was off work until they collect money from the government. When do you see him back to work?
Okay, Maria Pinto, husband. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I got September.
Okay.
Have we done YouTube now? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Freddie wants to know if Brad will get the land in Tennessee he's been wanting.
That's the same as the house questions. Let's do this one.
Okay. Nico Lockie. Good morning, Mike and Jen. This is Nico. Will I get a job offer to work on a TV show at Universal Studios in the coming weeks? Question, Nico.
There's an opportunity for that. I feel like you need to stay up on that, like keep calling or asking or be noticeable.
Cheryl would like to know if her grandson Garin will his girlfriend of 4 years be his forever mate?
That depends on his choices. I think it might be good to let him know that at this point in time, his actions aren't lining up with what she wants for her life. Kick it into gear.
My dog Abby is very lethargic and depressed. Can you see what's going on with Abby?
Physical.
Abby the dog?
I think she has parasites. It's either parasites or some kind of infection. I just see all these tiny little bugs, tiny, tiny, tiny microscopic little bugs. So I'd go find out what that is.
Nancy would like to know if her 12-year-old grandson Alex will have an uneventful and safe trip to Puerto Rico with his other grandparents.
Yes, it'll be fine.
Lisa Western wants to know if her dogs Diesel and Pepper know that I love and miss them very much.
Yeah. Michael's saying, I always ask Michael when we're talking about spirit, we're talking about things like that. They feel it from you every day.
Good. My mom Karen, David says, my mom Karen was hearing noises in her house. Is it her dementia or something else?
No, there weren't noises, but I feel like it's something physical, like a normal situation. Something's banging, something's popping. I don't feel like it was a paranormal situation.
Melanie wants to know what pronunciation Jesus prefers us to call him. Yeshua, Jesus, Jesus, the big J.
Okay, this is how Jesus answers things. I love this. He says, it's not important what you call me. It's important that you call me. It is important that you call me.
Linda wants to know if my married next door neighbor quit harassing me. It really ramped up after my husband died. It's giving me panic attacks.
Person needs their ass kicked. Some people just need their ass kicked. All right. If it was the 80s, that would have happened. Okay. No. She's a bitter person who feels better about herself or elevated in some way by harassing the people around her. Throw your dog shit over the fence. I don't know what to tell you about this person, but she's a problem.
Okay, 2 more questions and we're out of here. Wolfie, hi Jen, Sherry here. Will I ever get my 6-month GS grandson potty trained soon?
I can't be a child. You don't potty train at 6 months. It's got to be something else. What's he talking about?
Some kind of dog? What's a GS?
You just need to be consistent. If you're trying to train a 6-month-old baby, it's not going to work. Okay,
German
can't
Shepherd.
walk.
Sorry.
All right, I think it's a dog, and you have to take every half hour. You got to have treats in the pocket. You got to take them out to the grass every half hour, whether they need to do it or not. When they do pee, you give them a treat. Now they'll look forward to the time to go outside, and they'll pee anyway, even if they don't have to. Okay, so you have to be home. You have to be consistent. That's the whole thing. Now, with the German Shepherds, once they start scent marking in the house, I don't know what to do about that. Other than leaving them outside for a while, and some people can't do that, because you don't live in a place where it's doable. But I would say use, the method of reward over punishment with this one.
Okay. All right, Jen, I've had 3 strokes and my voice was affected by the last one. And my fiance has peripheral neuropathy and neurosarcoidosis. Will we get an early medbed appointment? It's Vincent and Frederica. I would think so with those kinds of conditions.
I heard August.
And we're going to end with Susan Gretz. No questions for me. Just want to remind you both how awesome you are. Well, thank you, Susan. You're
Love
pretty
you,
awesome.
Susan.
You're pretty
Susan got
awesome.
hit too by the hackers.
Susan, you've been through a lot lately.
I know.
All of our thoughts should be with you. So, all right, guys, that is going to wrap the show for today. Lots of news. Again, big week. We wait for it. We see what happens. Biden gone next week. Possibly getting our appointments this week. I'm still going to hold on to Jen's schedule for when I exchange. Let's do it.
You know, this is why I did not want to give you your date, and I told you that when you asked me. I said no, because if your date comes and goes, you're going to throw a massive freaking fit.
No, I'm not.
Yes, he will. Watch. Yes, he will.
I treat you good whether you're right or wrong about dates, and this is the hardest thing you could possibly predict.
I know this isn't an easy job, people.
No, this part of it, the when do we actually go part of it, everyone is wrong about it. So we just
I don't know if everybody's wrong. I mean, the chances of that are very slim that everybody's been wrong. Well, you know, I think they just keep moving it. Just keep their
right,
bobbing and weaving, you know.
In the sense of keeping the date, everybody's been wrong. And we do know that we get closer all the time. So, all right, guys, love you. Thank you for being here. We will see you back on Wednesday for Tell the Truth Wednesday. I'll be on tomorrow night with Brooks and Blake and Steve Doran to do the Toxically Masculine Tuesday show. And that's the plan. Please, Jesus or God or somebody, can you turn down the freaking heat here in Vegas? It's going to be 115 to 120 today. It's so difficult to take Barkley on his afternoon walk. He's got to go, but where do I take him? I take him to the park where there's lots of grass and this little pot get burned. But I can only get about one lap in, one very short quarter mile, and then I am done. So
just get everybody wet before you go. Hit the dog with the hose. Hit yourself with the hose. Get there. Get out of the car. Walk around for a while and get back in.
Don't have a hose.
Mom Solutions.
Don't have a hose, but I will
spray everybody down.
Bucket. I just buy a refrigerator for the garage.
Spray bottle.
Just bought a refrigerator for the garage. So I will take a bottle of water out of there and pour it on him and pour it on me. It'll mess my hair up though if I pour it on me.
You'll be dry in 5 minutes. Just you know, it helps.
That's the thing. We were over at Jim and Regina's, and I dipped into the pool about 5 times, and like I'm dry in 15 minutes. I mean, everything's soaking wet, completely dry in 15 minutes. That's Vegas. All right, love you guys. We will be back on Wednesday. We'll see you then. JenniferFala.com. All the usual stuff.
I don't know if I'm doing a show tomorrow. It might probably be Thursday. I got to take a look at my schedule, but I need to use my free time in the morning to handle the current situation with all the hacks and the website and everything else. So there will be cussing with me on the website.
Right. You need to get source of income straightened out.
So yeah. I got to work on that.
That helps. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. We will see you soon. Keep your eyes open. Lots of stuff.